I don't know what you would call this section of the city. We're sort of in Old City. Not technically yet. I don't know. Maybe we are. Who knows? A lot of industry in this area. This is... Did I say where we are? I didn't know where the hell I was. You know what we'll do? We'll do it this way. Here we are! 5th Street. Somewhere around here is the Social Security Administration. There is a firefighters... that's the Firefighters Union. I think they have some type of 9/11 display over here. There are so many places around the Philadelphia area where they just have like beams of the World Trade Center just standing up. Let's see what we got here. Dedicated to all the heroes of September 11th. And what they got? Little plaque on the wall. And these are just little plaques with everybody's names on there. I started thinking, I walk all over this city, and I've showed you guys pretty much everything in this section. And then I just realized there's a part of this city I've never shown you. Look at this guy with his Bluetooth speaker. All right. Now this tunnel is a way for cars to drive underneath the Ben Franklin Bridge. And over here on the bridge, there's usually some type of encampments. There's something going on here. So this is the bike lane for the tunnel for cars. The cars go down this lane, right? And you'll see they'll be zipping by. But bikes, they go this way. I never use this tunnel on my bike. I always just carry it. My buddy Carl Onslaught, when he first moved to Center City, he came down here and he took a picture. And you take a picture in Philadelphia, I could probably tell you, not all the time, but most of the time I could tell you where you're at. I know where you're at by the buildings in the background. And I saw his picture and he was like pretty much standing in this spot. And I said, oh, this is my fear. I was worried. What would I do if a car or a bike comes down? No problem. This is what I'll do. So he took a picture and he popped it on Instagram. And I wrote on this comment, I know where you are, and it's ridiculous that you're even down there. There we go. And here we are now. It's ridiculous that I'm even down here. Whenever I come down here, I always think of Police Academy when they made Steve Guttenberg and Michael Winslow. They had to do the Lincoln Tunnel. For some reason, they were patrolling the Lincoln Tunnel. They're a good movie, man. All 8 of them. They're all the same movie, but they're all really good. One time, I got to hang out with Bobcat Goldthwait. This looks like a cover photo. Right here. So I have an autographed copy of Police Academy 1 through 4 in the box set, autographed by Bobcat Goldthwait. And when he signed it, I said, you know, me and my dad, we don't talk too much, but the only thing that makes us laugh are Police Academy films, which is just a dumb thing to say because me and my dad are very close. And Bobcat Goldthwait looked at me and he said, that may be the saddest thing I've ever heard. That your dad and you only get along for Police Academy movies. Yeah, I spent like 2 hours with Bobcat just talking about, we were watching Shakes the Clown. It was the 20th anniversary of Shakes the Clown. And my buddy Josh does these events all throughout the city. And he had Bobcat come out to this bar and watch Shakes the Clown. And there wasn't many people there. So me and my buddy Kevin, we just sat there all night talking to Bobcat about Adam Sandler, and because Adam Sandler was in Shakes the Clown, and I asked him, I said, did Adam Sandler ever throw you in a movie? Because you threw him in Shakes the Clown. And he said, yeah, I don't think people think I did him any favors. And look at this. You come up, and there's the United States Mint. There's cars driving right at you. Oh, that's the United States Mint. They have their own police force. Did you know that? They have their own police force. Sometimes there's these people. You see them online. And what they do is they just mess around with, well, they screw with cops. And like they act like they're lawyers. So I saw a video where 2 guys were walking around and they got a tape measure out. And they were giving the cops a tough time because they were parking so close to the fire hydrant, and a guy in a wheelchair couldn't get through. And you know what, let's just say the guys have a point, right? They shouldn't be parking that close to the fire hydrant when a wheelchair's there. I hate the guys that purposely go out and just fuck with cops. You know, they're just trying to do their job. And then they got some guy, I don't know. And I'm not saying cops are perfect by any means, but people that just go around poking the bear, you know, you're just asking for it. All right, so this is the United States Mint. It is open for tours. It hasn't been opened for a long time. You're not allowed to film inside there, so I never go in there. And I tell you, every time I go in there, I am always kind of disappointed. And, oh, that's right, I'm a block past where I'm supposed to be. I'm doing a walking history tour, March 19th, 2023. It's Sunday. The tour starts at noon. And I'm going to be walking around this area, and I'm going to try to show you some of the things I showed Adam the Woo when we were on our walking history tour. And I took Adam the Woo around. One of the things, I don't know if this is going to be on the tour exactly, because I've done several tours in this area, and I try not to repeat myself. But this is the grave of Ben Franklin, right? You gotta, even when I'm not vlogging, I'll stop by and say hi to Ben. Look at all the money on this grave today. There's 50 cents, 75 cents. There's a whole $1 on there today. And that's just in quarters. It's a beautiful day out. It's like 56 degrees. On Sunday the 19th, it's going to be in the low 40s. So you can wear a hoodie, maybe a sweatshirt underneath the hoodie, and you should be all right. And so what I'm doing, we're just going to walk down here. It's nice out. It feels like spring, and spring is just a month away. This is a museum called the National Constitution Center. During the pandemic, our museums in Philadelphia decided they don't need to be open 7 days a week. Let me see. I have to go that way back. So this museum's only open on Wednesdays through Sundays. It's a fine museum. It's fine. It's about the Constitution. And you see right down the street, right there, that's where they signed the Constitution. So you could pay $20 or maybe $30. I don't know how much it costs to go in there. You can Google it. Anybody want to Google, let us know. Go in there, you see some stuff. They got some 9/11 stuff in there. They got some 9/11 stuff in the firefighter museum. And they got some, they got 9/11 stuff all over the place. This is the Independence Visitor Center. And so in 2026 is going to be the 250th anniversary of the United States. Some people call it the quincentennial. So everything in this area, like you see how these bricks are all corroded, all this stuff's going to get fixed. And they're doing something back here. I don't know what they're doing, but this whole section of the visitor center is shut down. They do a lot of protest in this area. There's a whole section, it's called the First Amendment Plaza. It's built for protest. I saw Bernie Sanders give a speech here. It was like 102 degrees that day when Bernie was in Philly. And I was like, why is he doing this? Like, he's going this, it was like a union thing. So I drove down here and waited in the heat for 2 hours just so I could ask Bernie this. Bernie, is it hot enough for you? Is it hot enough? Too hot, right? Bernie, is it hot enough for you?
Thank you, Senator. Thank you so much, Bernie.
Do you feel the burn? Yeah, is it hot enough for you, Bernie? Is it hot enough? Let's see. I think he's an old guy, man. He ain't got to do what he's doing. They got some movies. Oh, the world's first computer. There you go. That happened here in Philadelphia. And in this room, they got a movie that talks about Independence Hall, Ben Franklin. It starts on cue when I entered up the room.
Along these historic streets, amid these venerable buildings.
I like the fact that guy who narrates that movie, the guy who narrates that movie about Independence Hall, also narrates WWE documentaries. All right. Well, this is a federal courthouse, and across the street is where. Well, it's the space where Thomas Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence. He didn't really write it in that building because it was torn down and they rebuilt it. A lot of history was erased back in the day for progress of the city. They didn't really preserve anything because the city was growing. So they knocked down a lot of the stuff from the 1700s, and we're stuck with reproductions, or even worse, there's like less than reproductions of what used to be at some spots. All right, well, this is the Litt Brothers building. Litt Brothers was a department store, real fancy schmancy. And in this building, there is something extremely cool. There's this is something a viewer told me about a few months ago. He's like, you can go in this building and see this thing, and Like, I know my stuff, right? I had no idea this was in here. So this is going to be one part of the tour. Go in here. And like I said, this is a department store. It was big. Really, I think the heyday was like the 60s. They used to have like displays for Christmas time called the Enchanted Christmas Village, something like that. If you saw the Christmas Village they had at the Lit Brothers, there is a place in, it's like right outside of Philadelphia in the suburbs near King of Prussia. There's a museum where you can go through the Christmas Village. Here's a picture of the Christmas Village so you know what the hell I'm talking about. I saw the Christmas Village when I was a kid. In this section down here, they had like a little Christmas Village. That piano, people play it at lunchtime. But in this room here, this is the wood paneling from Independence Hall. These walls hung in Independence Hall from like the 1800s, like mostly the 1800s. Abraham Lincoln gave a speech in between these walls, and when Abraham Lincoln died, his body laid in rest in between the paneling in this building. And if you go to Independence Hall, you would enter through here, and then right there is where George Washington would be standing. And then there's this very cool painting of Thomas Jefferson made by Charles Wilson Peale, who is a portrait artist who painted all the founding fathers. I don't know how much money that's worth, but just to have a Peale painting just sitting there, like, it's crazy. It's just crazy.
Really? He is an emotional guy.
Oh man, thanks, appreciate it. Nice John. That's cool. All right, so if you're not doing anything on Sunday, March 19th, 2023, you want to join me on the tour, it starts at noon. I'll be there at Franklin Square at noon, and then we'll go for a walk. It should be about an hour and a half, and I'll show you where the tour will end. And the tour is going to end here at Tap Hall at the Giant Supermarket on Market Street, where you could either get a tap beer or you grab one of these cans, right? And you grab one of these cans. And we'll just hang in here and have a few beers. At the Giant, we'll come in here. Here we are, Franklin Square. Join me, March 19th, Sunday, March 19th, noon, right here at Franklin Square, and take a walking history tour of Old City, Philadelphia. We will see things that were touched by W.C. Fields, by Abraham Lincoln, and by some artist named Edmund. Join me March 19th, noon, right here, Franklin Square, and take a walking history tour with me, the Philly Cap.